During Microsoft's E3 conference, Phil Spencer made a lot of announcements regarding the future of Xbox and Microsoft. Amid the news that a new Xbox console is under works, Spencer announced that Microsoft acquired 5 new game studios, among which the most notable is Ninja Theory, a studio that has seen its fair share of ups and downs but has come out strong nonetheless. Founded in 2000, the studio has given many console-centric games including Hellblade Sacrifice that received critical acclaim and won many awards. Hey folks, this is Mahanawaz from SegmentNext, and Microsoft definitely made a good decision to acquire Ninja Theory, as it's a very ambitious studio that has created history with independent AAA. So here's 5 killer games that Ninja Theory could develop for the next Xbox. A game surrounding important social issues. Ninja Theory received high praise on Hellblade Sacrifice, as it not only created a new shift in the AAA industry, but also focused on a subject matter that games don't really touch upon. Despite its dark fantasy world, Hellblade portrayed the story of a picked warrior inspired by Norse mythology and Celtic culture. The warrior, Senua, is suffering from psychosis, which she believes is a curse, where she's haunted by an entity called darkness and the voices in her head as furies. To properly represent psychosis, developers worked closely with neuroscientists, mental health specialists, and people suffering from the condition. With being a part of Microsoft over the main condition that the studio be granted full creative freedom, we can expect Ninja Theory's creative director, Tamim Antoniadis, and the team to be involved with such widely successful games that not only provide an engaging gameplay for players all over, but an important message too. It'll be exciting to see the medium of video games to be used for educating about and portraying mental illness while giving such impactful experience, and how it's dealt with that'll remain with the players for long. It'll be something not only entirely new for Microsoft, but for the gaming industry. An action-packed exclusive. Just like Kung Fu Chaos, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, and Heavenly Sword, we can expect Ninja Theory to produce an action-packed exclusive for the next Xbox. All these games also garnered a lot of praise because of the gameplay. The action-fueled combat sequences in both Enslaved and Heavenly Sword were the prime feature, but the only problem that both games faced were a few minor technical shortcomings that led to less than expected sales. Despite that, the stories of both games were highly appreciated, as well as the cast and design. But the studio definitely learned from both experiences and later created an award-winning IP. With Microsoft as a publisher, the technology giant will definitely provide assistance where required, and in turn, the next Xbox console can have action-packed exclusives to its name. Xbox has always struggled with exclusives, and here's hoping that Ninja Theory will deliver those. Killer Co-op. Before Bungie's Destiny came to the scene, Ninja Theory was working on a massive co-op game named Razer. It was a multiplayer game that mixed gunplay and melee combat. It featured an extensive story and a boss that would have taken thousands of players fighting for months. It also had mobile control integration and missions that are procedurally generated. But what made this project to be ditched in the end was the fact that Destiny came out and publishers didn't want to compete with that. Now, with Microsoft as the studio's sole publisher, there won't be such struggles of fear of the competition and great concepts being dropped. Engaging VR. One of the top reasons why Microsoft decided to acquire Ninja Theory was the studio's efforts and work in VR. There's a VR title called Dext that was published for PSVR. Dext is an on-rails VR shooter inspired by games like Panzer Dragoon, where you wield dual blasters of fire and ice, taking down enemies while journeying through elegant and vibrant worlds. Now, unlike Sony's PSVR, Microsoft has no VR technology on the Xbox, even though arrival of one on Xbox One X was announced earlier this year. With the power that's being hinted at of the next Xbox, a VR is a definite long time coming for Microsoft and Xbox, and Ninja Theory is more than capable to provide a VR game. Games that promote a new direction to AAA. One thing that Ninja Theory has struggled with is the mix of business with creativity. The creative director of the studio did mention that one of the key conditions was to be given complete creative freedom and no one standing at their shoulder telling them what will sell and what won't. More than often, a game's length is given more focus than the core story it's trying to tell. Like Heavenly Sword, for example, it didn't have a 40+ hour gameplay, but the gameplay elements were engaging and memorable. This particular nagging by the system's demand to just provide endless content content with often no metal to it led Ninja Theory to take a new direction, rather invent one, which they call independent AAA. Following that, now under Microsoft, we expect the studio to produce tales like Hellblade that not only took creative risks, but technical ones too, and all was done by a small team. It just makes us wonder what they can do with an ideal freedom and a bigger team. In the end, it's not only good in the case of Microsoft, since they need more exclusive titles, but in the case of Ninja Theory too, since the studio can now keep functioning and provide great games to the audience without the fear of getting swallowed by the publishing giants. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to SegmentNext for more. Until next time.